Так, пацаны наши лежат. О, камарад лежит.
Ukrainian aircraft using an American GBU-39 precision-guided bomb strike a Russian river crossing in the Kursk region. The Ukrainian Air Force carried out an SDB bomb strike on a crossing near the village of Karish in the Kursk Special Military Operation Zone. The crossing had been under construction for several days and was being closely monitored. The GBU-39B small-diameter bomb is a 250-pound, 110-kilogram precision-guided glide bomb that is intended to allow aircraft to carry a greater number of smaller, more accurate bombs. A Ukrainian General Staff source reports that Ukraine controls 800 square kilometers in the Kursk operational zone, down from 1,300 at its peak. For 4 months, Russia has failed to reclaim the area, suffering heavy losses and deploying North Korean troops in a desperate attempt to clear it. In Rostov-on-Don, the hospital is overwhelmed with wounded soldiers, forcing many to lie in the corridors, with some even on the floor. Soldiers are frustrated, complaining that instead of constructing an additional hospital, local officials are preoccupied with preparing New Year decorations.
That's how our guys are lying here. Oh, Komarat is lying down. An assistant. All in the corridors, hospitals are full. And there's my bro. "48 years without arms, now without legs. At least not without a head."
Head of Ukrainian intelligence Budanov says Russia likely only produced 2 of the Kedar long-range ballistic missiles which hit the city of Dnipro yesterday, both prototypes, and that it indicates that Russians have lost their minds, throwing their last resources into Ukraine. He added that the name Oreshnik is the scientific designation, while the system's actual name is Kedar, which is a carrier of nuclear weapons. A Russian BMP-3 hit a mine that had been remotely mined by octocopter. After that, an FPV drone was used for the final destruction, which blew the BMP into atoms, the work of the 414th Regiment Birds of Magyar. Mining operations and anti-armor tactics are crucial for Ukraine in its defense against Russian forces. Mines, especially anti-tank variants, are strategically placed to delay or disrupt Russian advances, forcing enemy units into predictable routes where they become vulnerable to ambushes or artillery strikes. These measures effectively limit Russia's mobility and degrade its armored capabilities. Destroying Russian armored vehicles, such as tanks and infantry fighting vehicles, further undermines their ability to support infantry and hold defensive lines. Ukraine relies on modern anti-tank weapons like javelins and NLAWs, along with drones targeting supply chains to achieve these objectives. The combination of mining and armor destruction creates tactical advantages, reducing Russian offensive power and enabling Ukrainian counteroffensives. Together, these strategies are pivotal in slowing down Russian operations and conserving Ukrainian resources for critical engagements, shaping the battlefield in Ukraine's favor. In Strogino, women are gathering humanitarian aid for our boys, black body bags. If you didn't know better, you might think the boys are already in the bags.
Lenya is sending 200 bags for the guys. I'm picking up 120 more right now. Such a sad yet very important load. The guys need to be taken to their families.
The potato dictator Lukashenko, the president since 1994, stated that he is not a dictator at all, and that the Americans are the ones who coined the dictator label for him. In fact, he claims he doesn't have any of the leverage that dictators do.
Dictator, dictatorship. Don't believe anyone. There is no dictatorship in the country, and there can't be one. It cannot be. Do you know why? Because to be a dictator, you must have the levers of dictatorship. What leverage of dictatorship do I have? The Americans came up with it. Dictator. How can I dictate to America? Today, even Trump, Biden, and others who produce more than 30% of the world's GDP cannot dictate. And what can I dictate with? We have the strongest economy, so what? I can just go to Russia or China, stamp my foot and say, do this. No, it's all nonsense. You don't have, for example, what Joseph Vissarionovich had. As historians know, Stalin could be a dictator, or Hitler, he could be a dictator. All of Europe was under him. Everyone there was afraid of him, and so on. But what do I have? I understand this clearly. There is no dictatorship, and I don't need it.
The latest Nasams air defense system purchased by Canada for Ukraine has been delivered to Poland. Canadian Defense Minister Bill Blair announced this in Ottawa, according to the Ukrinform news agency. We have been working closely with the Americans and Raytheon to assemble this system and deliver it. It is now in Poland and should soon be transported across the border, Blair stated. He noted that Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau had previously had a telephone conversation with Volodymyr Zelensky, informing him that Nasams would soon be delivered. We are working with Ukrainians to deliver this system purchased by Canada for Ukraine as soon as possible. I expect that we will be able to say much more soon, the minister said. Last year, the Canadian government joined the order placed by the United States for the production of 10 Nasams systems. The arrangement stipulated that Canada would reimburse the United States for the full cost of the new Nasams system, while the United States would enter into a direct contract with Ukraine for the supply of these weapons.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.